Hi everyone, welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we're going to start with a check of the forecast. And it has been very wet around the inland northwest this morning. So we have meteorologist Thomas Patrick. You've been tracking the rain, and you can just look at your screen beside you and see all the wet weather.
That's right, and we also have the Doppler radar running on KREM 2 Plus as well, so a nice little plug there. But for today, yes, it has been wet, but not quite heavy enough in terms of the rainfall to really warrant the umbrella out there. It's all just been very light, but it's just been constant enough to keep everything just damp and overall just wet as of the moment. So as of the noon hour here, still that light rain occurring across Spokane County. It's been moving eastward over mainly North Idaho, but it's not quite everywhere. In fact, you look almost exactly south of I-90. It's been a bit drier as you head out towards Rosalia and along Highway 195 to the south of town here. So it looks like it's not even going to last for all that much longer. It's starting to break up a little bit. Kind of the same story over Pullman, but a very slow movement eastward as it almost looks like it's still trying to hang on to the Palouse for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, in central Washington, it has dried out, but it is still mostly cloudy across the area. I don't think we're going to see much, if any, sunshine for today. So the clouds stick around, the rain on and off for the rest of this afternoon, and this is far from our only rainfall that we're going to see. Not just 100% chance of rain today, obviously. Wednesday as well. So coming up, we'll show you that next storm system midweek, possibly a third that hits over the weekend. So those details are in about 15 minutes.
All right, my friend, thank you. As we honor and celebrate veterans across the nation on this Veterans Day, the Washington State Fallen Heroes Project hosted a ceremony at the Spokane Arena. Dozens of local veterans had the chance to gather and share stories with each other.
We really appreciate anybody that says thank you for your service.
Little, that we know, unbeknownst to us, it's a privilege to go through this, and then we learn that and we feel that as we grow older.
So from all of us here at KREM 2, we want to say thank you to all those who have served our country and given service. Here's a look at a few other Veterans Day events this afternoon. The Corbin Senior Activities Center is hosting a celebration that's just getting started. And until 1 o'clock at the VA Medical Center, veterans and their families can pick up free food at a mobile market. As for closures today, all Spokane Public Library locations are closed. Trash and recycling, however, is on its regular schedule. On-street parking is free in Spokane today. Also, military members and their families can ride the carousel for free at Riverfront Park. It is 12:03 right now, and this week it is Boomtown Week here at KREM 2. Every day we'll bring you news stories tracking the latest growth and trends around the inland northwest. And today, KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones digging into trends in Spokane and getting some answers to the question, is traffic indeed increasing?
Well, it's a question I've not only asked myself, but one I often ask longtime Spokane residents. What I've learned is that the question itself may be simple, but what I discovered is that there's a couple layers to the answer. Do you feel like there's more cars on the road in Spokane?
Yeah, way too many.
Yeah, it seems like it stopped for a while during COVID, but it's coming back on for sure.
I do not. I think it's still average.
We've grown, we're growing like crazy. I was born and raised here, and we've got a lot more traffic.
In order to find out what exactly Spokane traffic trends look like, I went to three sources: WASH.East, the City of Spokane, and Spokane Regional Transportation Council. We'll start first with the freeway.
You compare it to 2019, and I'd say on average, we're up between 2 and 7%.
Over the last 5 years, WASH.Dot officials have identified at least two hotspots on I-90. One of them being that area near the Thor-Freya exit along the Spokane and Spokane Valley line.
Going from about 130,000 vehicles per day to 136,000 vehicles per day.
The bump in total traffic daily volume has gone in both directions, but it's not the largest growth recorded on I-90.
Some slightly higher numbers a little bit further west. Sunset Hill was closer to 7%, going from 90 to almost 100,000 vehicles per day.
And a lot of that new traffic is associated with growth. Recent data from the U.S. Census shows Airway Heights, Medical Lake, Cheney, these are all areas that have had a lot of growth in the recent years, more development, new businesses, and of course that just continues to bring the population up. So at this point, we know and have confirmed there's been more cars on I-90 in recent years, Does that growth, however, translate to city-operated roads? Well, according to the Spokane Regional Transportation Council,
we're not seeing huge changes. It's a little tricky because you've got COVID that occurred just a few years ago, and that really skewed the data.
the pandemic resulted in more work-from-home scenarios, so the city roads haven't necessarily seen an increase in traffic over the last 5 years. What we do know, however, is that most data is based on looking at a year back. So we'll have to wait and see if 2024 has brought more traffic.
The region's definitely growing and will continue to grow, so that'll increase traffic.
In the meantime, if you're interested in keeping up with the latest traffic trends here in Spokane, one useful resource to keep track of that is the City of Spokane's traffic flow map. That shows us arterials like Division, Monroe, Market, and Northwest Boulevard. They average some of the highest volumes of cars in a 24-hour period. But for now, in the studio, I'm Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.